I think that in a few years' time, the SNC-Lavalin case may well be seen as the first real example of what can happen to your company if you're found or suspected to have fallen foul of the anti-corruption laws in Canada or elsewhere in the world. This is important in Canada because we haven't seen it before, and I believe this is a wake-up call for everybody else in the business community in Canada. We are seeing signs of increased enforcement since the RCMP unit was set up in 2008. Obviously, as they get moving, you will see a gradual increase in cases. We've seen in the media over the last few years a very broad range of companies, from biotech to high-tech, extractive industries. We're now seeing investigations into Hollywood, and in the US we've recently seen a high-profile investigation into Wal-Mart, a supermarket. I think it's important to remember that it's not just companies that are at risk of prosecution. We've seen an evolution in the US from prosecution of companies and settlements with companies to aggressive targeting of board members and senior officers of companies.
So you really need to know where you are doing business, how you're doing business, who you're doing business with, and you need to know about the country, the location, the jurisdiction that you're doing business in. What does the rest of the world think about the corruption that is in that location? So you need to take all of that information that is available and align it with your global operations and sit back and understand what the risk is.
When we're working with companies to conduct a risk assessment, for example, the work there is really about getting involved in every little detail of their company, and we help them to examine every piece of their operation and every part of their business activities and their practices and procedures to understand where there's risk, where do they intersect with the government.
We've got people in major centers across the country, people who have led complex investigations. Our teams there are led by individuals that right now today are working with companies to comply with anti-corruption and bribery legislation.
If you're operating in the global marketplace and you feel that foreign corruption may be an issue for your company, we urge you to learn more about the subject. Grant Thornton has recently published a white paper on this topic, and we encourage you to read it and learn more.